Oh, how the mighty have fallen. What's going on, peasants? My name is JB, and today we are going to be continuing our A to Z series, taking a look at Dragonite in today's video. Dragonite is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, if not my absolute favorite Pokemon of all time personally. But in Pokemon Unite, it's in a little bit of a weird spot where on its release, it was extremely broken and very good for a while. Hyper Beam was ridiculously overpowered. And they've toned it back to a point where it's still really good, but not as good as it was. And as such, with new additions to the game, like the Ralladon and Decidueye being really good at sling objectives, Dragonite doesn't really have a great place in the meta at the moment, but it's still a really fun character to play. So let's go ahead and take a look at our boy Dragonite. For our build, we're going to be going with a choice of Muscle Band, Score Shield, and Buddy Barrier. Basically, although you don't get your Unite move as much as you used to, you still get your Unite move a lot, so you're getting a ton of value out of Buddy Barrier just based on that immediately. And then also Score Shield, it does still stack. You can just put in 50 point dunks at any point in time. It's a Pokemon that a lot of people run Goal Getter on, but I think Goal Getter is absolutely useless. I made a dedicated video to why I think Goal Getter on Dragonite is bad, so if you missed that, it's in the description or it's on the channel down below. I think it's called something like a Goal Getter hater tries Goal Getter, something like that. I still think Goal Getter's bad, so it's something you can run to score a ton with Dragonite. I don't think it's necessary. Dragonite in competitive is mostly used on score comps, and even then, I don't think it needs it because it has such a massive shield. Like, there are situations where it is useful, but I'm just not a fan of Goal Getter. That's a little bit of a tangent. But for Hyper Beam builds specifically, I think this is probably the best bet. For Outrage builds, which I really wouldn't recommend, you can switch it up a little bit and go something like a Razor Claw or a Weakness Policy. It is usable. Scope Lens is okay too. I don't think any of its abilities have crit chance, but its auto attacks do, and it is one of the best auto attackers. I think outside of attackers, the attack genre specifically, I think Dragonite might have one of the best auto attacks in the game. For range characters anyway. So yeah, it's really solid auto attack. So you can run Scope Lens just to, you know, play a more basic attack focused build, but you're not really going to be outputting a ton of damage. And Dragonite in general isn't really going to be putting out a ton of damage anyway. You can if you really just focus purely on team fighting, but really what you want to be doing on Dragonite, especially playing in lane, is focusing on getting your farm early, looking for little scores, and trying to get your Hyper Beam as soon as possible so you can secure as many objectives as possible. So yeah, Dragonite's in an interesting spot. So let's go ahead and talk about progression real quick. It's a 158 progression, which is, I think, the only one in the game that's like that. Either way, it has some interesting abilities as well. Don't really care about abilities here in this series. Probably should have talked about that, but we're this far in and I'm not going to go back and change it. Anyway, level 1 and 3 is when you obviously get your first two moves. I think the easy choice first overall is Dragon Breath, just because it does a lot more damage. It's your early game secure, so use Dragon Breath for that. Twister is honestly pretty bad. It's okay, it does a decent amount of damage, it decreases movement speed, but it's nothing special. It's basically just like, it's just sort of there. It does okay for what it is, but Dragon Breath is your bread and butter until you get your level 5, at which point you will honestly, you'll still have Dragon Breath at level 5, so it's fine. So between Dragon Dance and Extreme Speed, I think Extreme Speed is one of the worst moves in the game, so I just wouldn't even bother with it. I believe it does do a little bit of a knock up, if I'm not mistaken, but yeah, it's nothing to write home about. It's pretty darn bad. It's a I believe it's a targeted dash even, so that y'all know how I feel about targeted dashes. I think they suck. You have to have a target to use it. And then Dragon Dance is just simply better. It increases your movement speed and your basic attack speed for a short time, and it also stacks your Hyper Beam, so you can do huge Hyper Beams. It's better for movement, it's better for Outrage even if you want to run Outrage. Dragon Dance is just a far superior choice in pretty much every scenario, so go with Dragon Dance. And then at level 8 you get Hyper Beam or Outrage. Outrage is fun, it's a more auto attack focused build, and it does do some solid damage. It's just, unfortunately, you stun yourself at the end of it, and it's really hard to keep going for a long time because people can just walk away from it. It really suffers from Garchomp syndrome. You do have the decent chase with Hyper Beam, but if you're not hitting people, you're not resetting the Dragon Dance cooldown, and you're going to stun yourself, so it's kind of hard to chase, and people can just walk away from you. Hyper Beam, however, despite not doing the damage that it used to do, still does respectable enough damage where people can't just walk at you and think they won't die to a Hyper Beam. Like, you used to delete people from like half health with level 3 Hyper Beam, but now, you know, from like 30% level 3 Hyper Beam, people just get deleted. So it's still like a really strong attack, so don't sleep on how decent Hyper Beam is. Still, it's still pretty damn good. And it's still very good at securing objectives. It's just Duraludon and Decidueye exist now, so it's not as good as it used to be. And then at level 9, you get your Unite move. Basically, how do I explain how Dragonite's Unite move works if you've never seen it? It gives you this bar that lets you choose where you want to land, and the further away you land, the more of your Unite charge you use. You jump right in front of yourself and spend 50% and just land on a zone, get yourself a huge score shield and a buddy barrier, and just throw on in like a 50-point dunk at any time. That's how you do it. So it's a really fun Unite move. You'd think it'd be good for stealing, but it does next to no damage. The main thing you're going to be using this for is to score. So there's that, and just getting around the map. It's really fun. Like, if you can pull off some steals on Dreadnought with it, it's really, really satisfying. I've only been able to do it like once or twice ever, and I play this character a ton. So Dragonite, well, extremely fun. Not in the best place, but it is, like I said, one of my all-time favorite Pokemon, and we are definitely going to have a great time playing our adorable little gardener guy here. Let's go ahead and hop on into the gameplay. Okay, so we're going to be laning with Dragonite in this video. I don't love this Pokemon in lane, but it's what we were given, and we're going to do what we can. The reason I don't really like Dragonite in lane is mostly because it just takes quite a while to get your level 8, especially in lane, and especially in top lane. Bottom lane has a little bit more experience with Autonos, whereas in top lane you're kind of stuck with Apom. So we're going to try it, see what we can do. We do have our standard build of Muscle, Score Shield, and Buddy Barrier, trying to, you know, put in some late game scores and, you know, carry some games, because Score Shield wins games, people. There are still some players who will tell you that Score Shield is bad and you don't need it, and those players are idiots. All right. Pretty pumped to be, you know, playing Dragon. It's been a while since I played this Pokemon. I love this Pokemon. I have like I think my highest win rate, it's been over 60 most of the time Dragonite's been out. I think it might be slightly under now. It's been nerfed a little bit, but it was well over 60. It's been my highest win rate for a while, so I do truly love this Pokemon. It is my favorite Pokemon of all time. If you don't know, like, just design wise and just in general, Dragonite is like my favorite Pokemon of all time. It's a little bit of a normie pick, but I love me some Dragonite. I can't, what am I supposed to do, man? I love what I love. All right, not gonna worry about pushing that. We're just gonna back up a little bit. We have our 3, which is, it's okay. We weren't really able to steal anything, which we don't really need to, so it's not the end of the world. Wouldn't mind giving my Crustle this, but it doesn't seem like he really wants the back thing. I mean, I would more than happily give this to him, but he's not in position for it, so I will just be taking it because someone needs to. All right, good level 4 for this. Unfortunately, they have a Sylveon and we do not have our level 4 Evo. I got a lot of those, I think. Yeah, I got a lot of those. Let's go. It's big. And the entire time our friendly Decidueye was just A-pressing the fuck out of the enemies. Unfortunately, my team does go down there and we just get absolutely ripped apart by Hyper Voice. That's unfortunate. Man, really would like to get my Crustle Evo. That would be very nice for everyone involved in this lane, but we did some good things there. We output a lot of damage and we stole some bees. We got our shit stolen. That's really bad. Got that. Let's go. Actually, I didn't get it, but I evoed from it, and that's all that matters. We were able to get close enough to get evoed from it. We get our Dragon Dance. Dragon Dance is the easy choice over Extreme Speed. Extreme Speed has always and probably will always be the secondary choice, unless they give it a buff, which I don't really see happening. They could. It would be the most surprising thing in the world if we got a Dragon Dance buff or an Extreme Speed buff at some point, but Dragon Dance is just so good. Even after the original nerf to it, it's still just a great move. All right, our Decidueye knows rotations, and I really appreciate that because let me tell you, I'm recording this on April Fool's morning, the day it goes up, and I had maybe the worst night of my life playing this game last night. I had a game on stream last night where I stole Zap 1v2. There were two enemies dead. No, there was one enemy dead. There were only 2 enemies on Zap. The other 2 enemies were bottom lane just scoring. I still Zap 1v2. My entire team, meanwhile, is fighting and losing to Rotom. My entire team could not kill Rotom the entire time a Zap fight was going on. Like, Rotom pushed from our lane all the way down to like our home base because my team couldn't kill Rotom in the time it took their entire team to me kill one of them. One of them was dead. One of my teammates got killed during the skirmish. So there's 2 dead, 2 people scoring bottom, and 2 people against me on Zap, and my team couldn't kill Rotom in that time. And I stole Zap and died immediately, and then the 2 people I was fighting for Zap walked in, killed all 4 of my teammates, and won the game. It was truly the worst thing I have ever seen in Pokemon Unite. I'm only pressing B. Hopefully the game will work with me here. All right. Thankfully that was outrageous slash. I was about to cry if it wasn't outrageous slash. I was walking in to do that. All right. We're gonna A-press here. Hyper Beam is online. Goodbye. Hyper Beam did get nerfed, but I think it is still easily the better choice over Outrage. I see a lot of Outrage when I'm playing against Dragonites, and I just laugh because it's not as good. Like, look, man, obviously it's not as good as it was, but it's still really, really strong. It's still very, very strong. I could score this at any time. All right. I guess that's what the game was targeting. Oh, this game is so unbelievably bad. This game is so bad. Obviously, I'm just trying to do a short little hop there and put those 20 points in just to do it because I can. And for some reason, I'm standing right here. I'm throwing for a sec. I'm standing right here with an enemy right in front of me, and the game thinks I want to target a fucking Corphish across the map. This game is so bad. The targeting in this game is just so broken. Like, are we joking? Is that something that seriously happens? Like, can we not fix the dog shit targeting in this game? I never went near that Corphish this entire game. So like, there's this thing like, oh, it's something that you are targeting. It targets the closest like enemy that you previously hit. I never went through that part of the map. I never touched that part of the map. How did I target that? What told the game that was what I was trying to hit with that Unite move? Like, seriously, what told the game that was what I was going for? Because that needs to be fixed. That is absolute nonsense. That should never, ever, ever, ever happen. Like, that is just ridiculously broken. Oh, whatever, though. I'm not mad. You're mad. I am mad. You couldn't tell. Okay. I think I can catch this guy, right? Not quite, but he should die for this. Ooh, all right, good Unite move. But you still die for this. There we go. Wiggly Unite, big Unite. Thank you, Wiggly. Thank you, Wiggly. That's huge, dude. That was such a sick Unite move from that Wiggly. Thank you for actually using that. I didn't think he was going to. That is so big. Thank you so much for that, Wiggly. You are a true hero and a true friend for that. That was a gigantic Unite move, dude. Hyper Beam still good for that. Let's go. Easy, secure, easy. I'm gonna go straight up to Rotom now. I don't know where our 5th teammate is. Okay, it was the Wiggly who died. Got it. If I had my Unite move, I might be able to steal this with that, but I'm not gonna be able to. I'm also not gonna be able to keep my Hyper Beam up. No, not quite. Sag. Dude, look how much damage I still did. Like, I still did respectable damage to this guy. If I can get close to... Yeah, I just fight close and I still win this. Let's go. Big. Thanks for coming, bud. All right, we have a 50 burger. I'm honestly going to keep this. I'm going to try to score at the 2-minute mark. You can get away with this as Dragonite. Dragonite is another Pokemon you can get away with it with, like Crustle, Greedent, and Dragonite. I forgot to mention that in the Crustle video. I mentioned Greedent, that you can get away with doing that, but Dragonite you can as well, just because you have such insane mobility with your Unite move. Like, it is definitely a Pokemon you can look to score at 2 minutes with. Because whether or not you have to, you know, unite yourself to the goal or unite yourself back into the fight, you can really get away with either. I have time to base here. Okay. I mean, I don't want bees, so now we take bees. Get Hyper Beam plus. Just get healed up off the bees. That's fine. Nah, we don't die here. All right. I'm probably just gonna look to score bottom, actually. Hey, dude, I see you. Don't think I didn't. It did it again. It did it again. Did you guys see that? It did it again. I'm gonna go at about 2. He went way too early on his. Go about now. Land. Score. Hello, Sylveon. Goodbye, Sylveon. Their whole team's here. Their whole team's here. Their whole team's here. Their whole team's here. Ugh. Thank you, Wiggly. What the fuck? He one-shot me. How did he burst me with hyper voice? What the fuck was that? I had a lot of health. How did he burst me like that? That's insane. Like, he just full on one-shot me with hyper voice. Like, it wasn't like the, you know, damage over time, because he just, I instantly died. I got hit with hyper voice and I was dead. I was not that weak. Was I? I swear I wasn't, but whatever. I guess I was. Man. No, we're not surrendering this. We never surrender this. I'm playing Dragonite, I can score at will. So I will be looking to do that. Because we're not even that behind, really. We're in the lead. They're gonna score 100, 200. So they're gonna be down by they scored 3, 4. Okay, yeah, now we lose. All right. Cringe. You couldn't stop any of them, guys? Really? They walked in one after one. Like, we couldn't stop any of it? I know it's not exactly easy, but like, come on, guys. Have some self-respect. I'm not gonna get this. Nah. Oh, whatever. Yeah, this is over. This is over. We can get out. We tried. We definitely tried. We got man. We got 100 in. If I was able to get my 80 in, then maybe even not. We were down by a shitload. We lose by at least 200-300 still. So it's unfortunate. I don't know if our crusher really did anything that game, but who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? Let's see what we ended up with. Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered. Would not have mattered. Only 4 KOs to 3 assists, but we scored a decent amount, 33k damage. That's a pretty bad game, but all things considered, like, you don't actually expect to do a ton of, like, I didn't do a ton of team fighting. You don't really expect to do a ton of team fighting on Dragonite. I still don't know how I died instantly to hyper voice like that on Zap fight, but it happened. I can't argue it, and I think that might have been what lost this game, honestly, because I'm not gonna lose hyper beam flip. Maybe I do because there's a decision right there, but man, that's just an unfortunate game. A truly unfortunate game. Like, we had 3 players under 30k, including myself, under 40k, including myself, 230. Like, you just can't win with putting out this kind of damage numbers. So unfortunate, but we stole it to Dread. We did a lot of scoring. We had some pretty decent hyper beam plays, so it's not like we didn't do anything. We did about as much as we could given the circumstances, so I don't feel bad about that Dragonite game. We're gonna go ahead and roll with it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know your favorite Dragonite build, and I'll catch you all tomorrow with whatever comes after Dragonite. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Peace.